Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now today, hope you're having a great day. Today I'm starting the video a bit later than I normally do. I've actually just finished my boxing class. Now, unfortunately, my morning didn't go as well as I would have hoped. I actually didn't get out of bed until 9:45, but I have been staying up pretty late the last couple of nights doing editing and stuff, so that might have something to do with it, but you know, I can't use that as an excuse because we all know that no matter how much sleep I get, I do have that laziness inside me that wants to keep me in bed. It's just that, you know, when I have been staying up late, I guess it's easier for me to sort of succumb to that laziness. Now, because I woke up so late and because I had boxing at 12, I didn't have time to go through my full morning routine. I did, you know, go for my walk around the block, write in my journal. I did have a meditation session, and I was actually going to bang out a quick workout, then jump in a cold shower and then have my breakfast before I went to boxing. But then I remembered how sick I feel when I go to boxing too soon after I've eaten. So at sort of 11:10, I decided to not have a workout, not have a cold shower, and I just had my breakfast. And then, yeah, by the time I had my breakfast and got all my boxing gear together, it was time for me to leave for boxing. And I actually turned up just as they'd started the warm-up. So, yeah, unfortunately, didn't have time to go through my full morning routine this morning. I'm not going to lie, I am disappointed in myself, you know, and so I should be, right? It's right to be disappointed with yourself when you fail to meet your own standards. You know, even if you could say that staying up late and editing and stuff gives me an excuse, but yeah, it doesn't. You know, I should have, if it really means that I need to go to bed earlier in order for me to get up on time to do everything, then that's what I should have done. It's still my fault, you know? So I am disappointed for myself, and I'm fully acknowledging how disappointed I am in myself, because hopefully one day I'll get to a point where when I wake up and my mind is trying to keep me in bed, you know, my inherent laziness that I've, you know, cultivated over decades of being a waste man, you know, when that laziness is trying to keep me in bed, hopefully I'll get to a point one day when I can remember how disappointed I am in myself when I don't get out of bed and don't go through my full morning routine, etc, etc. And maybe one day that'll flick a switch in my mind and help me to overcome that laziness. But you know what? I'm not there yet. And it's nearly a year now since I've started taking my life and my health and fitness seriously. So, you know, this stuff is a long road. I'm grateful to still be on that road, but I've still got so much work to do. Now, this afternoon, I'm hoping to go and pick my car up from my friend's workshop and, yeah, take it back to my garage. But other than that, I don't really have much planned. I mean, I am going to fiddle around with a couple of bits around the garage while I'm there, but I'm not going to be filming a video. And I really want to get back so that I can actually dive into editing the next video on the car channel, which I'd love to put out tomorrow. If not, it will go out the day after tomorrow. To be honest, I'm actually open to the possibility of me going to the gym this evening, because I've only done 2 sessions this week, even though it's already Saturday. So if I don't go today, I'm going to have to go tomorrow. But if I don't go to the gym later on, then I will be banging out the workout that I missed this morning. Or maybe I'll do both. I don't know. You know, I need to make up for the fact that I'm disappointed in how my morning went, and have a good rest of my Saturday, you know. And my beautiful girlfriend Kat's at work today as well, so, you know, there's no excuse really not to push on with the rest of my day. Now, I'm hoping that I don't get one of my migraines, because, yeah, I do need to drive over to my other garage and stuff, and when I get a migraine and I've got blurred vision, it's obviously not safe to drive. But, yeah, other than the potential migraine, there's nothing holding me back from having a solid day from here on in. I've still got a little bit to do on the computer before I can leave. Obviously got to have a shower and stuff before I leave as well. Going to be having some salt water to try and prevent having a migraine. But yeah, looking forward to pushing on with the rest of my day. But also, I think I need to try and aim to chill out at a sensible hour tonight, and then maybe I can get out of this pattern that I've got myself into of waking up too late.
Alright, it is now 6:15 PM. After my boxing earlier, went home, had a shower, of course, had some lunch, and then dived into some work. I've done some behind the scenes stuff that I've been putting off for a few days, wrapped up some merchandise and that sort of thing, and then just finalized like the posts and descriptions and stuff like that for yesterday's video on this channel, and made sure that I'd done my plug posts for yesterday's video on the other channel. And then I was kind of reluctant to dive into editing the next car video, just didn't feel like it, right? Which is, no excuse to not do what you need to do. But yeah, I just started watching videos on YouTube. Now, I was watching motivational and educational videos on YouTube, and I'm grateful that I've got to the point now where even when I'm like wasting time and scrolling on my phone and doing things that I shouldn't really be doing, a lot of it is just me watching motivational and educational stuff on YouTube, so it could be worse. I'm not occupying myself with nonsense like playing computer games or looking at stuff on YouTube that has no value, right? But even if you are spending a lot of time looking at helpful and valuable stuff on YouTube, you've got to acknowledge when you're doing too much of that, because sometimes like you'll just be doing loads of that to give you an excuse to not do what you should be doing, work, fitness or whatever. I've heard people call it mental masturbation before, where you just literally spend hours and hours and hours and hours a day watching self-help and stuff on the internet, but never actually taking any action. So you've got to be careful that you don't fall into that trap, right? And I just felt like I'd got to a point where, I'd watched enough of these videos for one day, but still couldn't really be bothered to dive into editing the next car video, as I say. So I then made the decision that I'm going to go to the gym this evening, even though I've already been boxing and I've just made my way to the gym now. Now, I haven't gone to my friend's workshop today to pick my car up. He basically just finished doing the last little bits that he needed to do around 4 p.m. And I said to him I didn't want to collect the car in the dark, and it gets dark early here in England at the moment. So, we've put that off until tomorrow. And because I'll be doing that tomorrow, that means I'll have less time to do other stuff tomorrow, like go to the gym. So that's another reason why it makes sense to go to the gym this evening. Now, I've got a bit of a sort of ache up here, like sort of the collarbone area, obviously sustained from boxing. So I'm feeling a bit rickety. I don't know how much of this arm and chest session I'm going to get through. I'm planning to do a full arm and chest session. I don't think I'm going to bother going on the exercise bike or the treadmill to do a warm up. It is beneficial to like warm your body up before you do any resistance training, really. But I've done enough cardio based stuff today at boxing, so not going to be doing a warm up per se, but on each machine I will make sure that I bang out a good few reps at lower weights before going into my actual working sets. And to be honest, you should do that anyway every time you do resistance training, and I don't. I just make sure that I get my body nice and warm on the treadmill or on the exercise bike beforehand. And then for some things I will always like do a couple of reps at lower weights, things like leg press, things that are really intense. But tonight looking to hopefully do a full arm and chest session, which is 5 machines if I remember rightly, and I'll just warm up on every single one of them with a few reps at lower weights. Now, unfortunately, my phone is, I've got 28%, so it's not nearly dead, but hopefully it survives long enough for me to get clips of everything that I'm going to be doing in the gym. But I obviously need my phone battery, so I've got something to listen to while I'm in the gym as well, which usually is some sort of motivational stuff on YouTube. But gonna get in the gym now. Hopefully I can bang this out and get home somewhat the same time as my beautiful girlfriend gets home from work. That would be ideal. But let's do this. All right, gym sesh done, and I've already had a shower, and my beautiful girlfriend is now back from work. And yeah, that gym session, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't as hard as my mind was trying to make out before I went to the gym. And, you know, even at the beginning of the session, you know, when I'm sort of like contemplating how many other machines I need to do, my mind was, yeah, sort of making it seem worse than it was then as well, you know. But realistically, it was easily doable. I mean, that's the second time I've ever done a boxing class and a gym session in the same day. And I think it was last Saturday that I did that last. So, yeah, easily doable. Well, not easily doable, but doable. And yeah, now I've fulfilled my quota for the week of 3 gym sessions, 2 boxing classes, and I've got a whole day left tomorrow, which is Sunday. Although I kind of feel like I owe myself an at-home workout because I missed that this morning. But yeah, I'll still be doing some sort of fitness tomorrow. Now it's about 8 p.m. at the moment, and I really do think that I need to try to not, you know, be looking at my MacBook until stupid o'clock tonight. I need to, you know, try and get out of this sort of habit or this rhythm I've got into in the last couple of days where I've been staying up late and then struggling, you know, in the mornings. I mean, it's no secret I always struggle anyway, but, you know, it's definitely not helping, is it? But I do want to dive into doing some editing on the next car video. And what I do in these situations where, you know, something seems overwhelming, like I explained earlier that I couldn't really be bothered to dive into the edit. And a lot of the time, when you can't be bothered to do something, anything, it's because you're, you know, looking at the big picture too much, right? And sometimes it's best to just dissect it into small sections. And I know that everyone says this, it's like so obvious, but, you know, I even have to remind myself sometimes. So, for instance, with the edit of the video, what I've done already is I've imported the files, did this yesterday, and I've sort of roughly chopped up the bits where me and my friend were talking to each other, right? But this video is going to be very much full of sections where we're doing work on the car, you know, with clips sped up and stuff, and with music behind it, right? So what I'm sort of committing to myself to do tonight is just chop up those sections where we're working on the cars. So not completely create those sections, you know, with the music and putting it in beat with the music and stuff and speeding up bits, just trim the fat, you know? And, you know, that might take an hour or more to do that, maybe 2 hours. But mentally, I see that as just a small bit to do. And then, you know, I can wake up tomorrow with that bit done, and then I can crack on with, you know, the next sort of section of editing that video, you know. But anyway, before any of that, it's time for me to have dinner. And I think I'm going to have the steak that I didn't have last night, the steak that was on reserve whilst I was having my massive chicken and rice dinner. But yeah, I think I'm going to be having chicken and steak tonight. Why not? Dinner is served. That chicken was definitely on steroids. But yeah, got a ribeye steak, 2 eggs as usual, loads of vegetables under there. I was actually going to have chips, but yeah, chips take 20 minutes. Vegetables take 5 minutes in the microwave. Obviously the usual protein yogurt dessert, and washing it down with the kiwi fruit, frozen blueberries, pomegranate juice and natural yogurt smoothie. All right, so after dinner, I dived into doing that little bit of editing, as I mentioned earlier. And yeah, by the time I'd done that and packed a couple of merchandise orders that have come in, it's now 10 to 11. Like, time just flies. There's just not enough hours in the day for my manic life, but that's the way it is. And it doesn't make me any less grateful to have such a manic and interesting life. But I am now gonna brush my teeth and stuff and go to bed. My beautiful girlfriend's already fell asleep on the sofa, so I'm gonna wake her up, and yeah, gonna be going to bed around 11, which is way better than the times I've been going to bed lately. And yeah, I just need to try and get into a better routine. You know, today's been another day where I got up late, obviously didn't do my full morning routine earlier, but then, you know, the rest of the day I have been super busy. Now, if I can just get into a better routine of getting up early and then getting busy early, then I can still do the same amount of stuff and chill out and go to bed at a sensible hour. But yeah, I've just had decades of not really being the kind of person that gets up early. Even when I had a day job, it didn't start very early. So you know, I've sort of trained myself to lie in and stay up late. So, you know, old habits die hard, as they say. But, you know, today's still been an awesome day. You know, went boxing and to the gym, got loads of work done. And, yeah, the journey continues. I'm actually just a few days away now from being 1 year clean from drink and drugs. 1 year since I started taking my health and fitness seriously. 1 year since I started living, really. You know, most people in the world, they don't live, they just exist. And I feel like for the last almost a year, you know, all right, I've had my ups and downs, but, you know, I really feel like I've only really had a life since I've been taking my life seriously. But yeah, we'll talk about maybe what I've learned after being a year clean when I actually get to a year clean in a few days. But for now, I'm going to end this video, and as I say, I'm going to get ready and go to bed. Massive thanks as always to everyone who's tuned in. Feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat or get in touch through the usual channels. All the links to everything will be in the description as usual. Hope this video has been somewhat helpful or motivational. But other than that, I'll chat to you tomorrow.